All right. Hi, my name is Jesse. How to get what you want. So, this is for you if you're stalled in life, if you can't get ahead, if you feel lost and searching. So, here's why you need to know. So, here is why you need to know what you want because we all have them. Everyone works hard for them, and we have never been around more stuff, yet life satisfaction continues to plummet. So here's what I say. Problem number one is that we don't know what we want, but we do know what we don't want. And this difference is huge. Problem number two of why or how to get what you want is that you can easily change what you want. You can easily change this, and this stalls your momentum. So when is the best time to plant a forest was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. Problem number three is that we see life through a problem filter. This is how we've been rewarded by society. And it really only ends in defeat and surrender for most. But it doesn't have to. So here's how to get what you want. First is choose true choices. Finish this statement. Say this in your head. When I have, what is it for you? When you have what? Then you'll be. So when I have, then I'll be. See, this is how we are seeing the world. This is a filter, how we see the world. And when I have, mine was money. When I had all my money, then I could be happy. Then I'll be happy. See how that is an emotion. First one was a thing. It was money. I was wanting money so that when I had it, I could be happy. Well, when I did, I wasn't happy. So they couldn't exist together in my filter. And the third thing is to take the obvious action. So we're going to look at these two things. It's when I have, this is really what you want. And then we're going to focus on what you really do want, which is always the feeling. So my whole life changed when I realized my belief about money and fun. I didn't realize how connected they were. So even when I made a lot of money, 11 million in my 30s, why wasn't I having fun? This was how they were entangled. This is how they were this is how they were entangled for me. And when I saw this, realized this, wow, I saw how I could never enjoy my life. And I chose to change it, which is what I'm working with you here now. So how to get what you want, number one, choose a true choice. See, the problem with this is we don't know what we want, but we do know what we don't want. They are not the same. The difference is huge. Make a list of things that you don't want to happen. What things come to mind? Now make a list of things that you do want. What do you want? What do you want? Just notice how often you ask yourself that question. If you're like most people, we don't. So which one of those two lists was easier for you? And what could that mean? Maybe we spend most of our time avoiding what we don't want rather than going for what we do want. That difference is huge. So notice for you what your pattern is. And so notice how you finish the following statement, what you tell yourself. When I have, fill in the blank. What is yours? I told you mine is when I had my money. Just notice what was first for you. This is your automatic. Write down this word, circle it. This is what you think you want. And you're going to do everything for it. We're not that, we're just looking at it as information. So number 2, let's complete the last part of this statement. When I have, fill in, put your word in there, then I'll be. And explore this be until you get to a feeling, to an emotion. And this becomes what you really want. So mine, and so when I have, then I'll be. Oh, what will you be? It's like, this is really what you want. This is really what you're looking for. And only until you find that it's an emotion, it's a feeling, this is what you can control. And number 3 is to want it for no other reason. So this is a true choice, is that you want it for no other reason than you would love to have it. See, so often we take our thoughts as feelings as personal, but it's not personal, it's just information. And in our language, what we want is always in the future. And for the most part, it's positive experience. And so when you can find this feeling, you can associate that with what you want. You can begin to teach yourself, teach your body to live that. And that is the only way you'll have it. So let's take a look at what you wrote down. When I have, this is what you think you want. So you're going to keep going for it, and you'll get close. You may even accomplish it. You may even have it, but you don't ever get that feeling that you thought you would get. So you go looking again. You change the goal. You change your focus. You lower it. You go bigger. So that when you have that, then you'll be happy, satisfied, free, content. And that's all you've ever wanted to be. Can you have that now? Can you be that now? Without that thing, can you be it? Here is what you need to know about true choices. We want them just because we'd love to have it. No other reason. You can have them at any time, in the future and now. Such as, I choose to love my life. There's no destination, and it is right now. That is a true choice. There's never an end. You never arrive, and you can have it now. You can be it now. This is a competitive advantage and dominant strategy. You begin listening for what people love. And unfortunately, we all want to hide it. Why? Because we have some conflict. We have some resistance. to being, to having and doing something new. And when we can confront this resistance, this becomes a skill that we can practice every moment and choose what we want. And step two, so how to get what you want, step two is stepping into the emotion of that end result. So when you know what you want, you feel it, you step into it, you imagine have it. And so your unconscious becomes familiar and safe that you can have this. So the problem with this is that you can easily change what you want. You can change your focus. You can focus on something else. You can lower the expectations. You can lower the bar. All of this stalls the creative momentum. And when you begin to be aware of our habits, of our thinking, our feeling, and notice that we just don't react to the triggers, but we can align our true choices. So here's how to live in the end result. Be aware of your resistance. This is the conflict. Allow this just as information. Allow the thoughts and feelings, allow the situations, allow your beliefs. Just allow it as information. Don't take it personal. And then choose what you want. Out of all the possibilities, choose how you want it. So when you ask this question, your triggers kick in and spring you either towards fear or excitement, a positive or negative, a powerful or powerless position. And this is what you're looking to be aware of. And so we're going to focus on resistance as it comes from fear. So just for yourself, how much money do you make? Do you notice any resistance? Probably very little. Now compare it to, how would you double your income? How many ideas do you have? How many times have you thought about it? And what is your resistance to being able to do this? What about triple your income? How is this resistance different? Imagine making 3 times what you make now. How would it be different? How could you do it? So the second step here is just to allow this all as information. Maybe you maybe you felt threatened, and many of you ran away, clicked off, went somewhere else. So don't make your thoughts and feelings personal, because you'll just keep doing the same thing. It's just information you telling something's off. We just need to look at it. So after you get over the initial shock of, oh, this isn't going to kill me, and I ask you, how could you double your income? See, now that you've looked at it, this resistance is less. And you might be able to now come up with ideas. And when you do this, your habit is to quickly edit these, judge them, validate, prove. How does it have to be? Rather than fostering, encouraging, treating them as delicate information about your life. See, these thoughts and feelings are just information. And we can get much better at listening to our information. So when you do this, ask yourself, what do I want? Would you want to double your income? And notice there's two parts. There's part of you that says yes, and there's a part of you that says no. Explore both of them. This is your resistance. And when you see this resistance, just allow all the worst things to happen. What everyone would say. And now all these possibilities are there, they're revealed, they're open to you. You choose how you want it to be. How could it be in this situation? How could you double your income? And if you start to have ideas now, just allow them. And choose, oh, I'm going to choose to double my income. Try it out for a week. What do you want? I want to double my income. Oh, what do you want? I want to double my income. How are you going to do that? I don't know. In that mood, in that orientation, that curiosity, you'll learn, you'll see, you'll take the actions for it. And so that's the last step, is to choose what you want. Choose how you want it. From all the ways that it could go, I choose that it will double, and take the obvious action. But it is best if you experience it your way. So let's have an experience of how it goes in your life. And so the outcome of this exercise is that you become aware of your resistance. Look at resistance just as information, and then see the limitless choices you have. So let's have you experience this. And the outcome is to be aware of your resistance. That resistance is just information, and to see limitless choice. What don't you want to happen? Notice all that you do to keep this from happening. What if it were to happen? What is the worst things that you would face, you would experience, people would say? And when you allow that this is a possibility, that this could happen, you begin to flood all of the other possibilities, everything else that's hiding. It comes into the active experience, and it starts to see everything become safe. So just allow judgments of yourself and of others, no matter what they'd say if this happens. And when you see this one possibility, let all the other possibilities open up, that it could be this way. And you begin to find and explore limitless possibilities. And now when you see all the possibilities that it could be, now you can choose how you want it. How do you want it to be? Oh, I choose to double my income. How do I believe that? Yeah. What's the obvious action? Take that. What's the next action? Always take the next action. That's the intention, that gets it going. So here's what you need to know, is to focus attention on your true choices. Teach yourself to be it, to see it. And you will resist anything new, because this resistance is just information. And so remember to ask, what do I want? So this becomes a practice that you can implement every moment. So how to get what you want, number 3. Take the obvious action. See, problem 3 is that we see life through a problem filter. This is how we are rewarded, and it only ends in defeat surrender for most, but it doesn't have to. So think about the information that you got on the obvious action that we just did. This was communicated in symbols, pictures, words, feelings. See, we all have our own unique way. And it's unique to the information that's being revealed. We just don't have a good relationship with this aspect. Because what matters is your meaning that you make up about the obvious action. So about the obvious action, what's important is first, always go with the first thing you get. And know that you will want to edit it, and you will edit it, especially when you're starting out. But just notice that you did and how you did it. And then 3, just know you will always want to make sense. And it doesn't have to. It's okay if there's nothing there. It's okay if nothing shows up. It's the practice that's important. So what happens here is that we take information, our thoughts and our feelings, our triggers, our sensations, our reactions, and we make it personal. Self-doubt comes from fear, is one of the most common. What do you expect information from your intuition to be like? Most of us think of it as great flashes of greatness right when we need it. But it's always there, waiting for us to make sense of it, waiting for us to invent it, to bring it in, to listen. But at some point, we stopped listening to it. So this is something that we can practice every day. Building new habits for what you want starts building momentum towards having it. What we've learned here in this section is that the feeling is what you really want, just because you love it. And it is always your choice. So search for the feeling you want. This teaches your unconscious that it's safe to have it. And ask and listen and take the obvious action. Because there is always an action to take, and it is always your choice. This is how to get what you want. True choices. Live the emotion of the end result and take the obvious action. Here's what you have experienced. A true choice. Your sabotaging pattern and your intuition. Opening you up to limitless choice. As the true choice we worked is, I choose to love my life. Just feel that. Say it. See, it's a true choice. You can have it now. You can have it in the future. You can have it anytime. What would that feel like? That is the emotion of the end result. How would you know you're living it? And we brought forth your sabotaging pattern. When you have what? It's usually out there. It's something out there. When I have it, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be satisfied. Then I'll be fulfilled. Then I'll be free. Then the intuition. Your yes, your positive. That you can pass information right through time. Or you can time travel. However you would call it. Remember, any moment, ask, what do I want? What would be my best outcome? What's my best choice? And then choose how you want it to go. Just had that moment now. I got a notice from the gas company that when they installed my solar, that they made a mistake. The solar company said, oh, it wasn't ours. Oh, man, look, I choose this to be easy and resolved. They call me back and say, oh, right. I took one photo, sent it over to them. They called me back and said, yeah, right. We will fix that. You will always encounter resistance. This was a simple process to remove the resistance, but it would take forever to isolate and confront it your whole life. But we can ride the emotions back to original events and see all the choices and align these new choices to what you want. This reduces your resistance. This reduces the resistance and allows for the action. And this process is called the recode. And it is the fastest way to reduce the resistance, especially to your obvious action. So next week, I'll be introducing the recode and how to make fast transformations. Thanks for being here. Leave comments. My purpose, my intention here is that you can experience for yourself. You can see what it is, and then that is where you can value. Till next time, bye.